Hello everybody and welcome to Cooking with Francois. Today we're going to make a very simple, easy, and delicious dish. Basically it is one pot spaghetti. So let's get started. I'm going to open up my pressure cooker. And I'm going to turn it to brown saute. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pot. Just helps it brown a little bit. You can use any type of ground beef you want to. Mine is the 85% lean is what I'm using today. But you can use, whatever you please. So we've got our ground beef ready. We have our oil in. I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit warm. So any type of ground beef. Now, if I was making this at home, I would probably use half ground beef and half mild Italian sausage, unless I was in the mood for something really, really spicy, and then I would use the whole pound of sausage and might even put a little bit of hot Italian sausage in there. You'd be surprised. I've been to Italy, and when they make penne with just tomato sauce, there's always a few flakes of crushed red pepper in most of their dishes. You might not be able to taste any hotness at the end, but it does add flavor. So let's go ahead and put our meat into the pot. Here we go. I'm going to break it up a little bit here. And we'll come back when the meat is browned. Well, I'm back. And boy, look at the steam coming off that pot. I'm going to get the camera and show you what it looks like. Hold on a sec. This is what it looks like. All right, I have turned off the saute, and now we're going to start adding our ingredients. All right, here we go. Now that we've browned our meat, there might be some of those wonderful little pieces that stuck to the bottom. So we're going to add a half a cup of water, to scrape up any pieces that might be in there. Actually, I think we've done pretty good. All right, now we're going to add a jar or 24 ounces of spaghetti sauce of your choice. Personally, I like this canned sauce put out by Hunt's. Not only does it have wonderful flavor, it costs 99 cents a can. You can't beat that if you're trying to stick on to a budget. So we'll stir that in. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. hold on while I run get the teaspoon measure. Be right back. Well, I thought I was pretty organized, but I guess I wasn't. Got our teaspoon and half a teaspoon measure. We're going to put a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 a teaspoon of garlic powder. Right. Personally, just a few shakes of black pepper, just for the heck of it, I guess. Now we're going to stir that in. Looking good to me. All right. This is what it looks like when you get to this point. All right. The reason I wanted to show it to you at this point was because you're not going to stir it again until you're told to do so. So, we're now taking our pasta. It comes in 16-ounce packages. So, we're going to do a little guesstimating here. Well, it's just going everywhere, isn't it? I personally prefer to use thin spaghetti, vermicelli. I don't do angel hair, but that's about it. And since it called for 8 ounces and this is 16, we can either take it in half this way, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and break it like this, and you layer it over the top. So approximately 8 ounces of pasta is what we're using for our dish. You lay it on top. Then you take your can or jar and you're going to add 1/2 and 1 cup of water. Now, if you have a jar, you can put the top on and shake it. I'm just going to take our spoon and stir it a little bit. Now, we're going to add the rest of this water right over the top of our pasta. We're going to take our top, lock it into place. We're now going to set it on high pressure cook for 8 minutes and start. We'll come back after it has cooked for those 8 minutes. So, I'll see you then. All right. The beeper just went off saying that it has been 8 minutes. Probably been gone for you about 10 at the most. Now we're going to release the pressure. Remember, we don't want to let it burn us. Remember I said we do not stir again after we stirred the spices and the sauce in. When we put the pasta and the water in, we did not do any stirring whatsoever. As soon as the pressure has released, we will stir. We will put it on our platter. Garnish it with some wonderful cheese, and then be ready to eat. All right, the pressure has now been released. I'm going to come around and show you what it looks like. We're now going to stir it. All right, we're going to put it onto our plate. Excuse me, our platter. Oops. There is our wonderful spaghetti with meat sauce. We're now going to sprinkle it with some shaved Parmesan Romano blend cheese. Of course, I gotta serve myself a little bit here. I'm just going to put a little bit on my plate. Everybody here is chomping at the bit to eat. So I want to make sure that I have saved enough for them. Put a little bit of cheese on mine. And let's see how we did. The noodles are perfect al dente, which means to the bite. They're not mushy. So, cook this for yourself and maybe add onions. Maybe add some mushrooms. That's entirely up to you as to what you like in your spaghetti bolognese or spaghetti with meat sauce. So, this has been Francois